Naskovski. He is a junior student here at Kalamazoo College, and he recently worked at the City of Kalamazoo. I'm excited to talk to him about their job. So welcome to Careerish.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you for inviting me to this great opportunity where I can talk and share more information about my experience for my last summer internship that I was working at for the City of Kalamazoo.
Nice. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. And how about we talk about how did you learn about Kalamazoo College in general and what made you want to come to college here?
Sure, great question. So I'm an international student from Macedonia, and I wanted to go initially and study abroad in a place where there is much more developed educational system than back home. More specifically, I wanted to see and gain experience in educating myself for the liberal art system that's pretty popular here in the US. My main, I would say, preferences for higher education were small liberal art colleges with small classrooms, no more than 30 people, and an environment where I can not only grow academically but also establish beneficial relationships with my peers and my professors that will last long in the future. After doing research about small liberal art colleges here in the Midwest, I decided to also apply for Kalamazoo College, which has a very good critiques and very good background in terms of preparing the students for their future. Additionally, my brother graduated last year, and he also introduced me to this institution. And when I saw that he had a great experience, I decided that was like another reason plus why I should add Kalamazoo College to my coming up list while I was applying for different schools here in the US.
Nice. Do you feel like Kalamazoo College has done that for you, that you have gotten what you were looking out of it so far as a junior?
Yeah, as being here for 3 years, I'm grateful that I had a chance to meet amazing people, professionals from the CCPD to the faculty members, to meeting great people from while taking different classes with my peers. One of the things that I really like about Kalamazoo is that it's well rigorous, which makes us, the students, to be more continuous in our growth and to be more, I would say, independent when it comes to learning and developing our academical background.
Nice. Okay. We wanted you to come on the show because you did a really cool internship this summer. You were working down at the City of Kalamazoo. Can you let us know what that internship was, what department you were working in,
Great. So I was working as a housing strategy intern for the Community Planning and Economic Development Department at the City of Kalamazoo. As an intern, I had the responsibilities of researching, collecting, and analyzing data regarding the housing issues and opportunities that our community here in Kalamazoo, that the members have and that are facing. Most of the internship was focused and leaning towards technical knowledge, such as data analysis, researching, analyzing data while using software such as Excel and RStudio. However, for me, it was a prolific experience where I had a chance to learn about the issues in the community. And as someone who wants to be community engaged here in Kalamazoo, I wanted to learn more about what are the specific issues that our residents are facing when it comes to housing, and how I can contribute in the decision-making process while the city was creating new policies for better housing environment here in Kalamazoo. It was a fun experience. It was a great experience learning about the economic development process from the angle of local government.
Okay. What did you do on I know you kind of touched a bit about what you did already. What did you do on a more daily basis there?
Sure, I'm happy to share about and more to go more deeply about my tasks that were like during day. So basically my main goal, one of my main tasks were to collect as much as I can data from different sources, including public, private sources, including from a federal and state level to private real estate agencies, in order to see the broader picture about the housing situation here in Kalamazoo. So, for example, I had a chance to research and collect data from the Housing and Urbanism Department, HUD. I had a chance to collect data from the City of Kalamazoo, from census data, and some other real estate private agencies here in this area, so I can collect more data and merge it together and analyze it and see what is the broader picture and the issues that the residents are facing. The thing is, when it comes to collection of data, I also found some struggles, some challenges, since our local government had a lack of data specifically for the housing issues here in Kalamazoo. I had a chance to provide data from different sources to the local authorities and to contribute to their work and to their creation of new policies that will help them how to make the city of Kalamazoo more, I would say, inclusive for better and fair housing. All aside researching and collecting, I had a chance to implement them and analyze them while creating data visualization points in order to see the insights and what's the story behind the data that I was collecting during the 10 weeks of my internship.
How did you collect that data, by the way? Because you said that there wasn't a lot, so you had to go out and collect it. Did that mean like talking to homeless organizations as well as like the, I don't know, real estate people? That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's what you did?
So that's a nice question. So yeah, I was using mostly databases on the internet that were provided, for example, from HUD, the Department of Housing and Urbanism, which is a federal government agency. They had, thankfully, publicly owned data that could be like collected and downloaded. Aside, federally government agencies, I had a chance to collect data from the local neighborhood associations that had published their own data on the internet, and I was able to collect that data and just to analyze and see what's the story and behind that databases that they were sharing. So I had a mix of different data sets from different sources, whether it is from government agencies to neighborhood associations to real estate agencies. I wanted to merge and to make into one big data set and to see see the insights behind those numbers, and just to contribute to help the local policymakers here when it comes to economic development to create more efficient policies.
Okay. Just a quick question here. How did you learn about the internship that you went through with the city government in Kalamazoo in particular?
So I learned through the Center for Civic Engagement here at Kalamazoo College. The Center for Civic Engagement has one program called Community Building Internships. That's a internship program where case students can have the chance to intern during summer, participate in an internship program that lasts 6 to 8 weeks, and to work at the same time, gain professional work experience, but at the same time to be community and civically engaged and to contribute to the local communities here in Kalamazoo. It's a great opportunity for students that can gain experience in many different fields. For example, I experienced at the same time while I was working on this internship, I gained technical experience, such as utilizing RStudio and Excel, to being community engaged, learning about the issues here in Kalamazoo, and to learn more about to develop a much more develop expertise when it comes to the real estate market here in Kalamazoo.
Nice. So give me a minute. So you went through the Center of Civic Engagement here. Did they help
Yeah.
you? I know you said this was like a 6 to 8 week internship.
Mm-hmm.
Was this a paid internship at all?
Yeah. It is a paid internship. It's paid through stipend.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm encouraging every student that would like to, that doesn't have a work experience, or it already has a work, they have a work experience, but they would like to be more in the field of civic engagement. I'm strongly suggesting them to try applying on Handshake just by typing CBI 2023. There are so many opportunities from many organizations. I was also doing the same internship last year, but for different organization, for different nonprofit, Kalamazoo Youth Development Network, and it was in a different field. It was in a youth development. And that's how basically I got 2 great work experiences through the Center for Civic Engagement.
Yeah. So you're saying that it was paid through the stipend that the CCP got?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, because one of the things that the CCP does offer is the stipends. That way, if you do pick up an internship that it's technically not paid when you're at Kalamazoo College, you can then get it to become a paid internship.
Exactly, and that's how I think we were getting the internships. We with the stipends. Sorry, through that there was like a strong collaboration between the Center for Civic Engagement and CCPD when it comes to the stipend and to the compensation. And I'm really glad to talk more about that. How the different departments here in Kalamazoo College are working together in order to provide great work experiences that are at the same time well developed, like with the great responsibilities and great, great, where the students can gain great skills and at the same time being well paid.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. What was one of the things that pushed you towards wanting to be involved with the specific department that you worked in, the housing division?
Sure. So
I know you kind of touched on the fact that you want to be more in depth and like connected with the community, but there are several options over at city government. So why this one?
Yeah. So in order to give you that question, I would like to just share that during freshman year, I took one class called from the economics department, issues in urban economics, where I had a chance to learn about how economic concepts are applied and analyzed while solving different issues in the communities, including housing. And I had a chance to work on a research paper regarding the housing issues between Kalamazoo and different cities here in Michigan. And that's how I gained like theoretical knowledge for the housing situation here in Kalamazoo through that class. After 1 year, when I saw that there was like an open position for a housing strategy intern for the city of Kalamazoo, that gave me a much more, like a bigger motivation to go and apply, because I was already prepared and I had like some background about the, the economic development sector here in Kalamazoo, especially for the city, as a local government. And I wanted to, try and see how I can implement the knowledge that I gained through that class. And how I can apply it into my internship as a housing strategy intern. It wasn't the reason why I specifically wanted to intern for the community planning and economic development department was because I'm interested in the economic development and growth, and I wanted to go into that field when it comes to community building. So technically, applying my knowledge of economics and directly to a work experience while being civically engaged were one of my main reasons why I wanted directly to work for the economic development department of the City of Kalamazoo.
Actually working in the economic department of Kalamazoo, specifically tied to the housing issues. Did that change how you viewed this way that city government operates on that scale, or did it like concur or like agree with what you've already learned here at the college?
So yeah, there's some information that I've learned that I've never heard before, like in classroom. That's why I really like this experience. More deeply, I would say, engaged into the housing market here in Kalamazoo was the thing that I really learned. That was something really new that I didn't know before. Of course, I came prepared with some background knowledge about the housing situation here in Kalamazoo. However, I had a chance to learn more and directly about some other stuffs and some other issues that the local residents are facing when it comes to the housing market here.
Okay. Here's another question. Did this internship change or contribute to your ideas for like your future career in any way?
Yeah. So since I was mainly focused on data analysis and utilizing different program languages for data science, I became very interested into data science field and how I can share more information just by analyzing data and sharing insights from that different data sets in regardless of the fields, whether it is housing market, whether it is some different industries. I became very interested into going into the data science and data analysis industries. And I think this experience gave me the beginner's knowledge of what should I expect and what should I know when it comes to from the first stage to collecting and researching about data to at the end when it's the most fun part, analyzing the data and sharing the insights. So although specifically this internship was not as a data scientist or data analyst position, I had the chance to learn and to gain the fundamentals when it comes to data analysis and data science.
Here's a question. You said that like analyzing data, when you finally get to that point, that's the really fun part. What do you find so fun about it?
I like creativity. I like creating graphs, scatter plots, box plots, and just to see, okay, so we have these numbers here, right? People, for example, would like to have data that is visualized, so they can see what are the insights and what's the main difference between, for example, different neighborhoods, different areas of the cities, right? That's the most important because I like creativity. It's sometimes that fulfills me a lot, and with that, I'm actually, telling the story behind those numbers that are in the Excel spreadsheet, right? And that's like one of the, I would say, grand finale when it comes to data science, when you have cleaned the data, and now it's time just to be analyzed and visualized, and where most of the important informations are coming from.
Okay. Obviously, it seems like you want to continue down this road of data analysis in the future. And you kind of did touch on a little bit of the points that you really did enjoy about working there, which was the analyzing and the conceptualization of this data. Is there anything you would like to add in conjunction with your continuing career down this path, or what you really truly enjoyed about working there?
So I would like to add that the people that I was working with were so great. I had a great mentor that I had like a fully support on them, and a mentor that not only just supported me when I was like, I don't know, blocked with some questions, or I didn't know where to collect the data, but to tell me how to analyze data from different angles, because my supervisor was a former realtor, so she had already like an experience directly from the real estate market before she came to work for the city. And I had the chance by learning from her experience to be more informed about the situation. So it was an amazing experience where I had a chance to work independently on collecting data, but at the same time to be informed by a professional, in this case, my supervisor, who was previously, directly involved in the real estate market as a realtor. So I would say like 2-3 sources that basically were blending each other as I was working for the city.
Nice. Now to turn gears and head back towards the CCPD and the Career Center here. What resources helped you along the way during finding and obtaining this internship from the CCPD, Kalamazoo College, or anything else in general?
Yeah, the CCPD was here to to offer great platforms where I can develop my specifically my interviewing skills, such as Focus and Big Interview. Those are great platforms that are offered by the CCPD that I strongly suggest to the students to using them through our career center, which are helping them out, which will help them a lot how to be more better and more effective when it comes to learning about themselves, about their career orientation, and about how to be good at, for example, of being interviewed. uh, Big Interview was a very helpful tool for me, and I learned it through the CCPD while working as a marketing intern. I had a chance to develop new interviewing skills and focus on myself for being more concise and precise, which is very valuable when it comes to being you're attending a work job interview.
Yeah. No, yeah, I get that. Listen, I recently just did an interview, and I just like sat down and like I handed them this like file work of all my, because it was a creative job, and so I had to hand them all these previous works I've done. I handed them like an entire full like portfolio, and it was a lot. They truly enjoyed it, but it killed all of my print credits here at Kalamazoo College.
Yeah, it's a good thing you can post them on. You can share with them virtually, like through GitHub or some other sources. Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to the Careerish podcast. We're going to jump right back into it. And I'm going to ask you, what is one thing you wish you should have known or would have known when you started interning?
Good question. So before starting my internship, I had that assumptions that, everything will be easy, collecting data is everywhere, public information, for the public and everything. However, the thing is that I should have known that I should be more prepared when it comes to researching data, and prepared with the assumption that not every data is possible to get, although it's in the, for public affairs, such as, housing issues here in Kalamazoo. So yeah, so that was my not only just career related thing that I should have been prepared before, but also like personal. Yeah, I learned that sometimes it's always good to have like challenges during internship, whether it is struggling finding data, I don't know, not knowing which data should be used, how to clean data and everything. So I would say that, yeah, the I should have just known the fact that there will be some missing data, and there will be like some potential, I would say, challenges in finding data around the internet and through different sources. So that's the thing that if I go back through the time and just tell myself, hey, you know what, just don't like have assumptions that you just go collect the data and just analyze it. No, there will be like some potential challenges, collecting the data, but thankfully, since I'm a good at researching and good at research, I had a chance to go through that challenge like quickly and learn more about the overall problem and more about myself.
Nice. What was one challenge that you really came up against while you were working interning there, and how did you end up solving it?
So yeah, initially I wanted to see if the city has its own data provided. Mm-hmm. However, we didn't have any like huge amount of data that will be sufficient for analyzing. Mm-hmm. So I had I would say 60% of the internship, I had the tasks of, the goals of collecting data from different sources, going through different websites and seeing if that data is possible to be downloaded and analyzed. So I think that one of the biggest challenge that at the beginning that I was faced with was, data sources and where I can collect the data. But thankfully, are in a good good support with my supervisor. I had the chance like to find for different sources and to see how like different institutions such as government agencies on a state and a local level and different neighborhood associations were able to to share data and provide more information about the current situation regarding the housing here in Kalamazoo.
Cool. Okay. What was a welcome surprise when you started to interview? Sorry. What was a welcome surprise when you started to intern there, and how did you adjust to it?
The work culture, I would say, and the environment. So it was not virtually, it was in person, which I really preferred in person than virtually. Everything was mobile, I would say, and flexible. So if I had any question, I didn't have, the response or the requirement of writing an email. I could have just go directly to the office of my supervisor and ask directly about guidance and any further guidance and some questions that I have faced with. The thing is that welcome surprise was my first time where I had a chance to work in a local government. Mm-hmm. Back home, I didn't know how, I didn't have any experience back home while I was high schooler to work in a local government or something like that. But here, I had a chance to learn about the overall work culture in the city of Kalamazoo and specifically for the economic development department here.
That's nice. Okay, now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to go back towards Kalamazoo College and internships. Sure.
Sounds great.
What advice would you give to other K students when they're trying to find internships in particular? I mean, you've already done two. You've done this one with the City of Kalamazoo, but you also did another one as well that you mentioned. Yeah. How did you end up finding those, and what advice can you give to other kids maybe to be like, hey, you can get internships too?
Be persistent, learn about yourself. First, learn about what you would like to do. Mm-hmm. That's very important. Second, develop new skills, whether they're public speaking skills, writing, research, technical skills using like different softwares. Be persistent, connect and network with a lot of people, especially with K College community alumni community. We have everywhere basically. Be proactive. Whenever there is a challenge, feel free to ask. We're all humans. No one was born with the whole knowledge, with all of the information that are like available in this world. And the last one that I would like to give is to stay motivated and just do it. That's it. Learn. Now is the time when you're learning. Now is the time when you're learning about yourself and about your career goals. I would just tell them that you have a great chance where you can get like great academical knowledge here in Kalamazoo College, but also you can apply it into the real world by doing internships.
Nice, thanks. Now, specifically, what would you say to those that are interested in the same field that you're interested, data analysis? What would you say to those kids looking for internships?
I would strongly suggest them using LinkedIn, which is very very well-known platform for connecting with people on a professional level. Use every single source of information that the Career Center is providing. We have a great career studio, great people that work as career ambassadors. We have a great coaches that can help you how to orientate yourself and focus on your career goals and career fields. The Career Center in general provides a lot of great opportunities, not only for those people who already know what they want to do, but just need help with connecting with themselves with the alumni community, but also for those who are still struggling finding themselves and still finding the right path. Whether it is whether it is regarding cover letter writing or resume building or just interviewing skills, feel free to stop by to the Career Studio or schedule a meeting with the career coaches and the people that work in the career center and in the CCPD, and gain as much information as you can, because those information are so valuable, not just because it's like required just for professional side, but for self-growth as well.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You talked a little bit about connecting with alumni, specifically through LinkedIn. Have you been able to connect with other alumni right now? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. I had a chance for my next internship, which will be this summer. I had a chance to engage and to participate in the virtual career fair, GLCA, Great Lakes, organized by the Great Lakes College Associations and many other schools, including Kalamazoo College, the CCPD. I learned about the company where I'm going to intern through that opportunity. And the first thing that I wanted to do is to connect with alumni as soon as possible. I used LinkedIn. I reach out to the alumni with a brief introduction of myself and why I would like to connect with them and learn more about them. The alumni was very welcoming and open for communication. And we had a nice meeting great meeting where I learned about the company and about the alumni's experience. And that knowledge, that pattern of, that I would say that culture of approaching to alumni, writing short introduction, having that in mind that you should firstly, you should connect with alumni in order to learn about the company and then apply, was basically gained through the CCPD. CCPD was always, encouraging people to use that method and to have that culture of being, professional and being always open for establishing new networking relationships.
Thank you. That's good to know here at the CCPD. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about or add or shout out to everyone back home?
I just want to shout out for this great opportunity that you guys have in Careerish, talking to people that had a great. Thank you first for inviting me for this opportunity, for this interview. I just want to shout out for all of the services that are offered by the CCPD and the professionals that are working here. I think people have a lot of opportunities to learn about themselves and about their careers, and I'm strongly suggesting them to stepping by to the Career Studio or scheduling a meeting one-on-one meeting through Handshake with the career coaches.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for being on this podcast. And thank you so much for talking about your experience with the City of Kalamazoo and your job doing data analysis there. Thank you for appearing and